Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning, Barbados, and good morning to you. I mean, each and every one of you. That's a personal greeting of good morning to you all. Welcome to today. It's a wonderful Wednesday, the 25th of February, 2026, and I'm Pearson Bowen. Wonderful having you company. For those of you joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb, good morning to you as well. Take this as your personal greeting, welcoming you to the start of a brand new day as well. So thank you so much for being right there. You are in the right space at the right time now. Grow that space by sharing the show, sharing the love, have others come by every day to join in what we do. And again, I remind you, if you know of something that you need to tell about, tell us by sending us an email, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. There are stories and people's encounters that you've had, and you think, hey, this will be great for Morning Barbados. Don't just stay at that point. Tell us about it by sending us an email. Point us in the direction. We'll follow through from there. So we thank you for being partners in what we do. It being today, you know, as I sat in the chair applying the powder, good morning, Pat Ben, how do you do? Have a lovely day. I was having a conversation with our makeup artist, Joanna, and we were discussing whether or not as a country we're losing our civility. How many people do you pass by and you didn't take the time to even utter a breath that says good morning, good day, good whatever, and then to you? And how do you feel about that? Are we losing our civility? Take pause. Marcia Rock, good morning to you as well. She wishes a wonderful Wednesday morning greeting to everyone, everywhere. Marcia, back at you. Anthony Smith is watching from New York. He says to Barbados, good morning, Anthony. Barbados says the very same to you. What's the weather like, Anthony? Auntie Faye, marvelous Wednesday morning greeting to you as well from St. Peter. Have yourself a terrific today. Thank you so much for coming through and saying good morning. See, morning. This is what we do. Don't lose who we are. Joe Jackman is also saying good morning to Barbados from the United Kingdom. She extends a wonderful Wednesday morning back to all. And we back to you, Joe. Have yourself a lovely today in the UK. Come home soon, Joe. We'd love to see you too. Sweet Rons sends a wonderful Wellness Wednesday greeting to everyone. And to you, Sweet Rons, we say the very same. Have yourself a terrific today. We know you understand wellness in every aspect, whether it's physical exercise or just mental fun. That's what you do. Vereen Walker, good morning. She says hello to everyone locked on today, and to you too, we say good morning, Vereen. Listen, did you all see the opening of CARICOM, the 50th regular meeting of the heads of CARICOM yesterday from, must I say it to you, the stunning views of the wonderful Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. It's happening in St. Kitts, just off the Marriott in Frigate Bay. Beautiful to behold indeed. So if you've never given thought to traveling to experience for yourself the feel and the culture of St. Kitts, think about it seriously today. Think about it. You will encounter stunning views. You will experience a wonderful, warm culture. You will experience something that takes you back in time where life felt good. And so to all of you who were watching, we say thank you for watching from St. Kitts, and look out for more of the news about what's happening in CARICOM as we continue the next few days. As you know, that meeting started yesterday, it was launched yesterday, and it continues until the 27th. This morning, as a matter of fact, the heads will be meeting at the Marriott Hotel to begin real business, the business of CARICOM. Yesterday was ceremonial, now the business of CARICOM gets going in earnest. But as we do so, this Wednesday morning, we want you to take some time to look at your health in its totality. And so this morning we'll be connecting to a woman who is in New York battling the snow. I want to find out how it is with her. We'll talk to you a little bit about today about endometriosis and PCOS. I know those are big words for some of you, but they're painful words for a lot of you. And we'll talk about that and how in the month of March, the association that has been formed to heighten awareness about endometriosis and PCOS is celebrating that month and providing you opportunities to come share, and in sharing to learn as a takeaway as well. Kenny Griffith, a personal instructor, he will be by. He'll talk to us a little bit about those forms of exercise that don't quite fit all, but that target individuals and why we need to be cautious and careful about the form of exercise that we engage with. And today, we shall meet some of the young men of the upcoming Mr. Executive Challenge for 2026. They'll join us on the set to talk about what they have done so far, their journey, and we'll meet last year's Mr. Executive as well. So look out for that and a whole lot more. It being the 25th of the month, it's your deadline for our Valentine's promotion. That's right. Today, till midnight to get your video, 90 seconds of video, showing your love, tell us your love story. Just send us all the warmth, and our panel of judges will review, and then we'll share with you, and then we have a winner who will make their way off to South Point Hotel. South Point Hotel is on the south of the island. It's on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean, literally on the edge. You get to see the sunrise before most. You get to experience somewhere that is so off from everywhere else and everyone else that you are feeling as though you are on a different space of this planet and in this island. So South Point Hotel is where you shall be going, you and your loved one. But you need to get your 90-second video in, and if you want to hear more, take a look. February is the month of love, and Morning Barbados wants to hear your love story. In 90 seconds or less, send us your short video sharing your love story, how it began, how it started, and why it is so important to you. Selected videos will be featured on Morning Barbados and on TV8 on our social media platforms, and the most votes wins. The month of love is here, ladies and gentlemen, and made very special by South Point Hotel, where breathtaking ocean views meet modern elegance and romance comes naturally. So, love is in the air. Send us your video by email to marketing@cbc.bb. You have until February the 25th to do so, and good luck to all. We can't wait to hear your love story. So get us those love stories in today to marketing@cbc.bb, marketing@cbc.bb, and as Pearson said, good luck to all of you. We have a question of the day. The question of the day, as we always do, where we hear from you, is which wellness topic you think needs more national attention? Which from the list of wellness topics we've shared with you needs more national attention? Would it be women's health, men's health, youth fitness, mental health, or nutrition and lifestyle diseases? What do you think should engage us a whole lot more as a nation? Is it women's health, men's health, youth fitness, mental health, or nutrition and lifestyle diseases? What do you think should occupy the attention of our Ministry of Health and other medical practitioners as well? What is it that it is? So call me on 228-5562 or 228-5563, or you can post your comments on our comment sections on Facebook and YouTube. Love to hear your voice. I'd love to hear your reasoning. So do call and let me know what you think is it that we need to focus more on as a nation. Is it women's health, men's health, youth fitness, mental health, or nutrition and lifestyle diseases? Or you have another idea? I'd love to hear that as well. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Those are the numbers to call to talk to me. And in talking to me, I want to hear your reason as well. Don't be ashamed of sharing your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. There's no right or wrong. You're just having an opinion, telling us what you think as a nation, Barbados, as it relates to health and wellness, we need to focus a little bit more on. Is it for you women's health and all of the things and the challenges that women tend to face? Are we paying enough attention as men to men's health in this island? Is that needing more attention? Is it youth fitness, mental health? And we spent a lot of time really talking about mental health, but are we getting it right? Are we really becoming a whole lot more aware of what people are dealing with day by day and moment by moment? Do we have enough around that be able to respond to those who step forward and say, I have a challenge with my mental health, I need some help? What do you think it is? Or is it nutrition and lifestyle disease? All of us at some point in time eat badly. All of us guilty as charged as you are, and don't stand and think you're a saint. But what is it that you think we need to pay attention to as it relates to nutrition and lifestyle diseases? Can you narrow it down to what that means for you? 228-5562 or 228-5563, or post your comments in the comment sections on YouTube and Facebook. Interrupt me at any time, I'll take your call. Interrupt me at any time, I'll take your comment. So feel free to do so. It's me, says nutrition and lifestyle diseases. This is on a comment coming through, because if we concentrate on this, I think we can touch all of the other choices. Nutrition and lifestyle diseases. So if you pay attention in It's Me to our nutrition, what we consume, and our lifestyle choices, whether we balance our lifestyle sufficiently, then it takes care of everything, like women's health, men's health, youth fitness, or mental health. Is that it for you? Or is it something else? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. So as you do and you have your thoughts, share it with us, as is me, shared with us as well. So comments on comment section on Facebook and YouTube, I welcome and I encourage all of you who are watching online to be able to jump online and do so as well. What do you think it is? Is it women's health? And today we're going to be talking a little bit about women's health for sure. A condition, endometriosis and PCOS, which sometimes you sit on the sideline and think, well, that's not happening to me, it's happening to them. And does that engender compassion? Do you have a greater understanding? Do you know what it is in the first place? Because you might discover that you might have the condition and you're just not aware, and you term it as something else. But let's take this call. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pearson.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good to hear. Who's calling and where are you watching from?
I'm watching from Clifton in St.
Mm-hmm. And your first name is?
And Margaret.
Hi, Margaret. Where's Clifton?
Clifton is located just on top of Church Village.
Oh, I think I know where you are. I think I have an idea as to your location. All right. With the question of today, which wellness topic do you think needs more national attention?
It
For you?
could be
Yes.
our wrong position.
So it could be all of these?
All of, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It could be just about eating, drinking, sleeping, and having a good partner.
And do you think that in Barbados we are paying enough national attention to that that you've just described?
I don't know. I don't come up very often.
Okay. Margaret, something wrong with your phone?
I'm familiar with what is going on.
All right, Margaret, something's wrong with your phone?
Yeah, my phone is feeding back.
Yeah. All right, but thanks for calling, all right? Thanks for calling and thanks for watching. Have yourself a wonderful today as well. So, folks, the question is still open to all of you. Feel free anytime to jump on to the question and give us your response, and we'd love to hear from you. We have another call. All right, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, who's this?
This is Alexa.
Say it again.
Alexis.
Kalesa?
Alexis.
Coletza. Oh, Alexa. All right. You know, the most beautiful sound to anyone's ears is the sound of their name. And so, because it's such a beautiful sound, one has to take the time and to give it its full value. So with a name like Alexa, you take your time and you say it and make sure you put a smile in your voice every time you say your first name, Alexa. Make it sound as beautiful as it is, all right?
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Alexa. What's your answer to the question today?
I think it's women's health.
Women's health? Why do you say so?
Yes. Because as a culture, we were trained not to focus on ourselves. We were trained to take care of our families, work hard, get a solid education, and take care of our husbands. And we very seldom focus on our lives. Hence, we have very little sleep, poor mental health, and our drive is cultural, where we were trained to put everybody else first.
Before yourselves. And so you think as a nation, we need to focus more, women of the nation need to focus more on their women's health, right?
Yes, please.
You know that everything you've just described, I can say to that, men's health.
Yes, please.
So it's fair? Is it fair?
Not as fair as mine first comment, because
there's no comparison, you're right.
Women take care of the sons way beyond the time they should. And then they get married and they have their wives. and men were trained to be served. So if you're looking for a mate, you're looking for a wife to serve you.
Really? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's your
And then
position.
little boys come up with that
That's your position.
perspective, and it carries on.
Alexa, it's fair for you to have that position. I shall not judge thou, but I might have a totally different position on that. But Alexa, a quick question for you as you're here. What do you know about endometriosis and PCOS? Anything at all? Alexa? Alexa, turn on the light. Alexa gone off? Okay, all right. Thanks, Alexa. Thank you so much indeed. I wanted to see if we get that magic happening, but it didn't. We're 16 minutes. Oh, dear. We have another call. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. Is that me?
Is that you?
Yes, it is.
Sir, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. And what's your first name? What parish you're watching from?
This is Morris from Cave Hill.
Hello, Morris of Cave Hill. St. Michael or Cave Hill, St. Lucie?
Not St. Lucie.
So what is it? St. Michael?
St. Michael here.
Well,
Yeah.
don't make it so obvious. There are many spaces in Barbados. Go with the name Cave Hill here. All right. So, Morris, tell me, what do you think generally should be our focus, our national attention as it relates to wellness?
I think all of them are important. But if we start with the youth, they need a head start.
They need a
if
head
they
start.
get it right, then the men and the women, when they become men and women, will be better served.
How do we do that? How do you think we can do that?
Well, parents, the community, would have to make sure that the children do the right thing, eat the right thing, have the right lifestyle, exercise, play games, stay away from, as you did in your Methodist church, stay away from alcohol and gambling. And by the time they reach their own times of making their own decisions, they have a head start.
You threw it back at me, man. I like that, as you do in your Methodist church. Listen, question for you, though. When you reflect on you as the little boy, all of those things you just described, were those the things that you had access to, that you actually did, or had the support in your family to be able to do?
I'm telling you that because
You did.
I signed, what was it called, some kind of a pledge at 12 in the Methodist Church that we did not drink alcohol and we did not gamble.
And that
Served me well until I was, 21 years old.
Until you were 21, and then after 21, what happened?
Made a mistake, but then recovered very quickly and didn't drink again until maybe 40 or so.
Is this my friend Morris that I know?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is you. I thought it was you. Sounded like you. I wasn't quite certain, but you're right. The reality is that there is redemption. There's a point in time in which, you can correct it. You may have started wrong or started right, made a falter, and then you fix it. And so while we want to be able to focus on youth fitness and just general youth health, I don't want the children to think, oh my goodness, this sounds like a lifelong journey that's going to be difficult to achieve. It's okay sometimes to make a mistake. It's okay sometimes to falter. But that's the point at which you pull yourself back up, relying on what you know from the past. And so Methodism for you went a long way in building the backbone to do so. Well done, Morris. Thanks for your view.
You're welcome.
My brother. Thank you so much indeed. All right. 19 and a half after 6 o'clock. We'll take a break here. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out when...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 22 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock right now as we turn our attention to women's health and a condition or series of conditions that so many of you deal with, but you sometimes don't quite understand what it is that you're managing unless you do attend your doctor who clarifies it for you. We're talking today about endometriosis and PCOS. I took the smile off the face because it's a serious enough subject. And so joining me this morning is one of the co-founders of the BAEP, the Barbados Association of Endometriosis and PCOS, is Dawn Williams. Dawn, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
And Celia Collymore, I don't know what to call you, Celia. She's an event planner and she, of course, leads Beige Infusion into fitness and all lifestyle changes as well. And so, welcome to you as well, Celia.
Good morning, Pearson.
And a good CPL love.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And so, I asked you when we started, Dawn, when we sat here as we were preparing, how are you? And you said?
I said I'm so-so.
And I wondered what that so-so meant. What would you say?
So right now, I would say that my pain level is probably a 7, pushing on an 8 out of 10. And that's
Even
because, yes, and that's because of endometriosis. I suffer with endometriosis for probably nearly my entire life.
Wow. And this is an everyday experience?
Yeah. There's not a day when I'm not in pain in some form or fashion.
How do you live with that? I mean, I know you'd live with it, but how do you deal with it mentally so that you're prepared every day to get up and face a 7 on the scale?
It can get difficult, but because it's a chronic condition, it's something that you kind of get accustomed to. You have to deal with it. You have no choice, really. So there are some bad days when I have to get medical attention and stuff like that. But generally speaking, you just have painkillers and treatment options and stuff that helps me to get through.
You use the phrase literally all my life.
Yeah.
How did you know that you're dealing with endometriosis?
Right, so I was diagnosed via a laparoscopic surgery in 2006 in Barbados. And yeah, that's basically when I first found out about the condition.
And in finding out, what did it tell you? The condition, what does it look like?
Right, so first of all, let me just read out the definition. The definition of endometriosis is a chronic inflammatory disorder defined by the presence of endometriotic fluid tissues outside of the uterus. So usually the uterus is filled with endometriotic tissue, which is where females get their periods. That sheds every month. What happens with endometriosis is that tissue actually grows outside of the uterus, and it can be anywhere that blood flows. So it can be in the pelvic area, it can be in the lungs, it can be in the bowel, it can be in the brain, it can be skin, nose, eyes, anywhere that blood flows, endometriosis can grow. And
I'm sure you asked yourself, why me? How did this happen? And what did you discover?
Well, gynecological conditions kind of run in my family, but to date, we really don't know what the true cause of endometriosis is. So currently there's actually no cure. But yeah, it's just something that you have to learn to live with.
So it's just about that. As the co-founder of the BAEP, what are some of the statistics that you've discovered since you decided, let's form this association? Were you surprised at the response you've been receiving?
Yes, pleasantly surprised, because we were formed since 2016, and I would say that since then, globally, there has been a push. I have been seeing a push more so for endometriosis awareness. I must say, though, that next month, March, is actually endometriosis month, whereas PCOS is further down in the year, which is September. So we're really focusing now on the endometriosis side. But yes, the statistics basically say that 1 in 10 women globally suffer with endometriosis. But in terms of Barbados context, we currently don't have those statistics for here. We hope to get them soon as possible. But globally, it's 1 in 10.
Globally, 1 in 10. So it must be shocking to see so many other women stepping forward and say, I'm just like you, Dawn.
Yes.
And so because I'm going through what you're going through, I want to be able to receive some help.
Yeah.
So what are the stories that you're hearing? Because yours, as I said, is heritage.
Right. So basically with endometriosis, when the lesions grow outside of the uterus, they respond similar to how a woman's menstrual cycle will respond. So during the menstrual cycle, you have the bleeding, the shedding of the endometrial lining. If the lesions are elsewhere in the body, they also bleed wherever they are. So it causes internal bleeding. It causes things like organs being stuck together because of adhesions. So you have, sometimes you have a condition called frozen pelvis, where everything is basically stuck together inside of there. So you have maybe the bowel stuck to the bladder, stuck to the uterus, stuck to the ovaries, everything is clenched up. And because of that, when all of these things function and work as they should, then it causes pulses and pain will cause anybody. So
you sound like a doctor now, girl. I mean, Celia's
you have
laughing.
to be.
You have to get to know a whole lot more.
Correct.
And so the association provides that opportunity for people to get to know a whole lot more?
Yes. So we use our social media platform to raise awareness as well. We also have a WhatsApp group where people who have the conditions will support each other, so that if there are any queries concerning like medications or procedures or pain or whatever that the person is experiencing, then they can actually find solutions within the group.
So it's just a matter of management.
Yes.
Because there's no solution.
Yeah. So
you can't put it and it stops.
Correct.
And so with all of that said, what are you doing as an association to assist people with the management of endometriosis?
So right now, as a association, we actually have some collaborations with different medical professionals across Barbados. So there are persons that can get certain discounts and stuff at doctors. We will probably refer you to certain medical professionals. There are some pharmacies that are on board in terms of offering discounts. There are also some spas that offer treatments as well, that we would push those as well.
And as we speak, folks, look at the bottom of your screen. You will see at the bottom of your screen some information that guides you to some spaces online where you can get in contact with the BAEP and or get to know a whole lot more about the conditions endometriosis and PCOS. But the month of March, they're focusing on endometriosis under the theme Building Bridges, Breaking Barriers, advocating for endometriosis awareness in community. And so there are a whole set of things that you'll be doing in the month of March. Can you begin to break it down? Then I bring my girl Celia.
All right, so for the whole month, we will be pushing our endometriosis awareness. Also on March the 8th, which is where Celia comes in, we will be partnering with Beijing Fusion to have a wellness walk. On the 18th, we have a webinar coming up on endometriosis research. So just stay tuned to our social media for information on that. On the 27th, so the last Friday, is Wear Yellow for Endo. So yellow is the color globally for endometriosis awareness. So we want to encourage people to do that. And on the 28th, we have a yoga session with Hana Yoga in Botanical Gardens.
And so, Celia,
Yes, sir.
On the 8th, that's a Sunday, on the 8th of March, you now are asking all of us to get up and get out there and walk. I know you tell us all the time, walk at least a mile. Try to walk a mile a day. And then you will begin to see the changes in life and body. So talk to me about what can this walk do for someone who's met with endometriosis?
The walk definitely helps not only to educate, but to empower women to really start advocating for themselves, as well as taking ownership. So listening to Dawn, I've met Dawn 10 years ago, and I've been in the BAEP space 10 years ago. And as a woman myself, I may not have the condition, but I have that level of empathy and understanding that when a woman is going through challenges, she needs that support. I went to an International Women's Congress back in 2014, and the leader at that time, she said something that resonated with me. She said, when women are well, fit and healthy, our families, communities, and nations do better. And that stuck with me. And that's why I sit here with you today, continuing that mission of raising more awareness around women's health, women's wellness, and saying to people, come out, build community, learn from each other. You don't have to go through to be able to come and support. You might have a family member, you might have a friend as young as 8. Come out, show your support, show that unity that is in community.
And so that walk on the 8th starts at 3:30 in the afternoon?
Yes.
Around the garrison or at the garrison?
From the garrison to Hastings Boardwalk.
Oh, that's an easy piece
That's
of
it.
walk.
The whole thing is it's a non-competitive 3K walk, and the whole idea is to get everybody out. If you're 4 years old, you can walk with us. If you are 80 years old and you're still mobile, you can walk with us. It really is beyond the walk. The walk is kind of like the catalyst to get people moving, but we want you in the space so that you can learn more about the organizations that we are supporting, learn more about the power of women's wellness, and as well being able to say, you know what, this is something that I can share with others. I can bring others along as they come into the space.
All right. In terms of the mechanics of the walk, registration, do we need to register or we just show up?
Register. Our final deadline is this Saturday, February 28th. You go on to www.beijingfusion.com/events. Once you get on the page, you're going to see book now. You click on the book now. You're going to see the drop down menu, select women's wellness, complete the booking form. Once we receive that, we'll send you an email with the payment details and everything. You're going to also have options for shirts.
Right.
So this month, March is also International Women's Day, March 8th, and then the month is Women's Month. So purple is the color for International Women's Day. So you have the option of getting purple with women's wellness, or you can reverse it, white with purple. And if you are a supporter of endometriosis, you can also get a yellow shirt with the same branded women's wellness and the reverse white with the yellow on it. So persons have options. So you can wear purple or you can wear yellow in support of endometriosis.
So we go to the website beijingfusion.com
/events or
/events. And then you just follow through and get the instructions. But you have until this coming weekend
Saturday
to complete your registration. So we make sure that you're adequately catered for by way of a shirt, whether it's the background purple with white lettering or white with purple lettering or the color yellow. The choice is yours, but you have no choice. You have to show up.
Yes.
You have to show up and show out indeed on the 8th of March. And that's just one of the events. But it's a public sign that you stand in support of women with endometriosis, and that you are aware, because it could happen if it hasn't yet happened to a loved one who would find themselves having cramps, and that's what they will term it as, but then in further diagnosis they realize it is endometriosis, which, as Dawn said, you just manage. There's no solution. You just manage it from there. But it becomes sometimes, like Dawn is going through today, 7 or 8 on that Richter scale out of 10, and that makes it difficult to live from time to time, but she smiles her way through it, and we want to give support to those ladies who are smiling their way through this, because it was not their fault. It is just one of those things that happens. And so let's raise awareness. Let's continue to do so. We shared with you on the bottom of your screen the different avenues through which you can raise your awareness and give your support, but you need by this weekend to register for the Wellness Walk, which happens on the 8th.
Men and boys as well.
Men and boys. This is not a woman's thing, in other words. This is not a female event. This is for everyone. And so men, boys, because If it affects the sister, if it affects the mother, if it affects the female cousin, it affects you. And so therefore, in affecting you, stand up and come out and walk. But register before the end of the week by going to BajanFusion.com/events and begin that registration process. It's a very simple fee, but you get your shirt and you wear your shirt with pride because you're standing proudly in support of, shoulder to shoulder with. You take the walk. The walk is just the walk, but the community is what we're seeking to build, and the awareness and the understanding and the compassion for those who are living with endometriosis. But a whole slew of other activities happening in March. Where can we find a whole concise view of what you're doing?
So on our social media, which is at Endo and PCOSBB. So that is on Instagram, on Facebook. So you can follow us there, and you should see the event.
All right. I'll be happy to help you guys. So please remind us from time to time so that we can share with everyone in the month of March what's going on, because there's a lot happening. There's some other key events that are happening prior to the 8th of March, because I know on the 1st of March you're having diaspora talks. Mm-hmm. You're on the 2nd of March, you're having understanding extrapelvic endometriosis, and then on the 3rd, a fun walk and a run as well, as with the St. David's Church. But Bajan Fusion is a big one, baby. On the 8th of March, and that's the one you need to hurry up and get registered for as well. So thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dawn. Thank you as always, my good friend Celia, who out me in a minute playing cricket. But nonetheless, thank you so much. I wish you well.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're welcome. Morning Barbados is coming right back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying you can find a
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Sean, look at this. Oh my God. You just like a little kid, right? All right, it's go, go, go. Go.
That's Professor Betty Lewis like a big child. I love it. I love it. Betty Lewis, good morning.
Betty Paris, good morning. How are you?
I do well. How do you do?
I am wishing for some sunshine. Oh my God.
Well, keep
wishing
the fingers
for some
crossed.
sunshine.
And so it's
21
6:41. It's 6:41 for me.
Yeah.
That means it's 5:41 for you.
But,
And
yes.
but you are outside still in the bitter cold?
I actually came outside for you to get a view of the snow, how it's piled up on the side of the house. Can you see all of it?
Wow.
And I was going to walk down the street going to my car because I was going to the gym to show you how Brooklyn is this time of the morning. And there's some cars that still haven't been cleaned off. Yesterday morning, it took me about an hour because I was parked by the bus stop, and it took me an hour to dig my car out. And there was about at least 18 inches of snow on top of the car.
Wow. For me, that's frustrating. What was it for you?
It is. It was very frustrating. I had my son help me at least, and it took me so long. At one point in time, I said I didn't want to move the car because moving it, someone else would take the space, and then you have to dig again. So you'll see parking spaces right now. If you have one and you're not snowed in, you have to be thankful and grateful for that. So, I wish I was in Barbados now.
There you go. That's right. Do you ever get accustomed to blizzards of that nature?
No, I think this is the second one that I've experienced since I was here in New York. The first one, it was bitterly cold. And the funny thing about this one, I was just praying that my electricity didn't go off because the last time we had snow, we had a 4-block radius where there was an outage. Wow. And I had no lights in my house, and I was sitting and lying in the bed with 2 pairs of socks, 3 jackets, and underneath the blanket. And then I had actually a hat on my head. So currently, I don't know if you can see, I'm still in the front of my house, and I'm currently still connected to the light pole because Con Ed said they wouldn't be able to fix the problem until the weather gets better. So there are like 3 houses on my block that are connected to the street light right now. So we can't use all of our appliances because then what happens, we have a flicker in the house. So I'm thankful that I have some heat. So hopefully by March, we'll be heading to Barbados.
Barbados is on your mind, and that's all right. I live where you vacation, girl, I'll tell you. And so, you know, when you reflect on all that you have to put up with, weather, the changes of seasons and all of those kinds of things, what frustrates you most?
I think what frustrates me more is that you still have to get out there and go to work, and then that the streets sometimes are impassable. Then there's people sometimes, if you're walking and the cars are slushing all this stuff on you, it makes it so difficult to actually commute whenever there's such a big, vast amount of snow. And then the other thing that is more frustrating is, like, let's say today is garbage collection day, and people know that the garbage would not be collected because there's piles of snow on the sidewalk, and they will still put their garbage on the outside. And what frustrates me is it looks so disgusting really so disgusting. So I went up to Baltimore about 2 weeks ago, and I was really fascinated by how clean the streets were and how everything was so different from New York. So different. Yes. Yep.
Boy, oh boy, I do not envy you at all, Betty. I don't envy you. And so I know with heat, because heat is going to be critical at this point, are you hearing of any ones in that area where you are who have been impacted negatively by this blizzard?
I think I heard that there were a few deaths and there were some homeless people that were actually picked up and taken to a shelter because they were outside in the cold. And even yesterday, I saw a homeless man who was actually taking refuge inside the bank's lobby, because some of them just do not want to go to the shelters because of the fact that they figure there's a lot of crime. And there are some elderly people. Actually, my next door neighbor doesn't have a boiler. It broke down, and they're trying to find who is the owner of the building. So they're using space heaters right now. It is bitterly cold. It's colder inside the house than it is outside whenever the weather is like this.
Spend some more time outside, Betty. But thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Really? I'm heading to the gym right now.
Under the glow of the street lamp, indeed. Thank you so much, Betty Paris, for joining us this morning. I wish you well. I hope that it all melts as soon as possible so that life settles just a moment for you. But as soon as you can and you get connectivity in its fullest, book your flight to Barbados.
I definitely will. We're supposed to have some more rain and snow today.
Wow.
Would you believe it?
Wow. It just piles on.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
All the best and
does.
keep safe, all right?
You're welcome. Okay, have a good one. Thanks for
Her
having
name is
me.
Betty
Bye-bye.
Paris. We saw her Tabagonian basically on her piece of card. Kenny Griffith is with me, by the way. Kenny, that's what we used to do as children, right?
Yeah,
not in snow. Not in snow. As a country boy, we had this nice little slope.
We had the slopes of the grass. We would get any piece of card or a piece of tin or something, and we would slide down. That was fun.
It was a ball.
But I'm not envying that. I'm not envying that at all.
At all. But there's some things that have never changed.
No, of course
which is
not.
exercise.
Absolutely.
Exercise is so important. Tell us the importance of movement and exercise.
But now that you mention that, even in the case with Betty there, I mean, she's having a bit of exercise there, up and down that track, sliding back and forth. And that's what we did as boys, as kids. We moved. That was movement for us. We had a fun. It's the summer vacation, Christmas vacation, whenever. That was movement for us. That was exercise. And you know, part of what we're trying to focus on is, you know, discussing those 5 areas of what is the most important that the country should focus on: youth fitness, men, women, lifestyle diseases, mental health, and all of that. I think just being active is most important, because movement brings so much healing to their body. And so whether you're young or middle-aged or old or mature, whatever you want to call it, movement, exercise is absolutely critical. And I think if we do more of that, it will argue well for our health and our wellness.
We say to ourselves, but doing that as an adult, doing that, you're so childish.
It's good to be childish.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the whole point.
Well, childlike, not childish.
I get you. Trust me, I get you. When I said I realized I should have used the other term.
That's fine.
But nonetheless, children were built to have that level of fun and that level of movement. We grew older and we thought life to be different because we got scared. And you're saying, at whatever age and stage of you as you are right now, there is a fitness regime that you can actually use to meet you where you are.
Exactly. And that depends a lot on what you want for yourself. What are your goals for yourself? But it's fitness, it's health, it's athleticism, sports, dynamics of functionality, healing, whatever. There is a routine. There's a form of fitness, there's a form of physical activity just for you. So, for example, if a person is just starting out, you want to start with something low, easy, what we call low impact, in low intensity, nothing too stressful on the body, and you gradually build on that. If you're somebody who has some fitness history and you're thinking you want to do something more than the average, then you can begin to focus on something sport, some group dynamic, something athletic, like that type of thing. Or if you want to get involved in some kind of a competition, depending on where you are. Or if you're just focusing on functionality, just being able to move at whatever age.
I want to look at what you see on the screen there, which is exercise type which is for the seniors, best for seniors, beginners, and with those with limited time, and it brings those who engage with it good heart health.
Absolutely.
It has low injury risk, and that is walking and low impact cardio.
And it's the easiest. We're built to walk. We're human beings. We have legs. We're built to walk, and it's the easiest form of exercise. It's easy. It's low impact, low intensity. It's cost effective. You don't have to pay anything to walk. You just need good shoes on your feet, a safe area where you can walk from traffic and all the other stuff in the environment, and just get out there and walk.
What do you call good shoes? I asked for a reason.
Yeah, and that's important. Shoes that are comfortable enough that can bear the mild impact of your feet touching the ground, and not too aggressive on the sole or the toes, because you don't want a situation where you get out there to do something for the good of your body, good of your health, and then you have a situation where you get these bunions and these burns and corns and that kind of thing.
Slippers?
Probably not, but it depends on where. If you're on the beach, maybe we can go bare feet without shoes. But if you're thinking about getting involved in consistent exercise, you want to protect your feet a little bit, except again on the beach, or if you're in a grassy area, which will offer a little bit of cushion.
The surfaces are a little bit
it's
softer.
a little bit of cushion, but once the surfaces are hard, like our roads in Barbados, you want adequate shoes to protect your feet.
Well, let's look at strength training now as one of those things. For whom is strength training best suited?
I'll tell you what, from the time you reach maybe age 10, 12, up to 99, strength training is critical. It's absolutely critical. What I think is from a functionality point of view, being able to lift, push, pull, move, carry. These are the things we do on a daily basis. We push, we carry groceries and all that kind of stuff. We lift stuff around the home. These are things that comes with function. We want to keep that for as long as possible into our years. And so strength training helps to keep that strength and dynamics in the muscles and in the joints and in the tissues, so that we can maintain that functionality for a long time. And especially for seniors, you want to reduce that risk of falling, which could lead to orthopedic injuries. And so getting involved in some strength training program and staying consistent with it will argue well for functionality in our years.
You talked about the grocery, lifting the heavy grocery bags, but you only do that once a week.
Yeah, but there are more things that you lift other than groceries. Just use
so therefore, I'm coming to that, because then on those days when it's not the grocery bags, what do I do? Or do I do it every day?
We do housework.
Okay, push the furniture around.
Yeah, we move the furniture around. We lift bags. We hold stuff for our children. We pack groceries away. We do stuff in the yard where we move buckets and things, gardening and stuff. So there's a bit of lifting and moving and that kind of stuff. It happens every day. So as we push, like you say, push furniture, you move. You want to be able to do these things and maintain your independence. You want to carry stuff. And so, because these are the dynamics of living, this is what we do on a daily basis, maintaining that functionality is critical for our independence. Not only that, for our own mental health, because when you reach a stage, and I've had situations where I've met people, obviously in older years, who have affected them mentally from becoming like minimal dependent, coming from really independent to a stage where, they have to depend on people that have minimal dependence type of thing. So it does affect them mentally. So being able to maintain that for a long time is absolutely crucial.
As we age, we get scared of breaking a bone. Yeah. So maintaining this fitness regime, whether it's low impact or otherwise, helps to strengthen those bones.
Absolutely.
And how we eat as well.
And there is some research that says it does impact longevity and not just the quality of life, but it can add years to your life as well.
All right. So at any age and any stage, that's something we should all be doing.
Absolutely.
Right. What about the high intensity training? For whom is that?
Now that's for the person who have a certain fitness level. Because if you think about it, HIIT, what people call HIIT, high intensity interval training. So let's imagine that you've been exercising for a little bit and you've achieved a certain level of fitness, but you want to do something more, right? You want to push your fitness to another level. Or you're an athlete who want to develop a certain level of fitness to take on the field of play. That's where high intensity interval training comes in. Something to help improve your VO2 max, your cardiorespiratory fitness, improve your general fitness as well, so that that can translate to the field of play or your sport. Or you would just want to give yourself a push to the next level, high intensity interval. So you do activity where it takes your heart rate up close to its max, and then a situation where you get a little bit of recovery interval. You work hard, get a little bit of recovery, work hard again. And again, there's some research that shows that that does have a major impact, major positive impact on your VO2 max and your cardiorespiratory health.
You know, everything we've been talking about right now sounds as though you're describing my cameraman, Peter. Peter would leave here now and go to do some fitness work. Take a break, and then later on you see Peter doing some more fitness work.
But he obviously loves it.
So you have to love it.
Yeah, you have to love it. But you can find something that you love, and it doesn't have to be inside of a gym. He like to do his fitness work. Could be on the road, could be on the beach, could be on the field of play, you know, a court where he does something with a ball or whatever, or in a gym or in a group setting. So you find what you love, because if you love it, chances are you would stick with it for the long haul.
You're seeing now more and more a lot of people adopting the whole process of yoga. What are the benefits of yoga?
Relaxation.
So it's just
therapy, stretch, flexibility, stress management. Those are the things that come with yoga, and because it's that discipline that allows you to relax and be in touch with your body and be in touch with yourself and kind of de-stress a little bit, you find that more people are gravitating towards that type of discipline. And I encourage people to find moments where you can, I like to use this term, de-stress, because we're living in a stressful environment, in a stressful world, and with all of these issues with mental health and so forth. So yoga and stretching and Pilates and those kind of things, those type of disciplines, mobility sessions, allows people to be in touch with the self, be in touch with the body, how it moves, how it feels, and give them the little time to take a break, get away from the hustle and bustle of life and work and everything else, and just spend those few moments being in touch with themselves.
So that helps to reset the mind.
Absolutely.
Because we become so consumed by life's challenges and life's expectations that our mind gets wrapped in that so much to the point where we don't spend enough time looking at the body. And so that balance is what we're seeking to have indeed. So the mind and the body balance is a central component to our overall fitness.
It is.
And that's the whole point. We live in a space, Kenny, where we have so much. We're blessed with so much, and yet we do so little with the much we have.
Exactly. I mean, you think about here in Barbados, sorry to cross you, but right here in Barbados, we have some of the loveliest beaches on the planet. Do we get to enjoy them? Spend time to relax.
I'm talking at this right, but I'm guilty too. I'm guilty too.
But that's sometimes because, like you said, in the hustle and bustle of life, we forget. But sometimes we need to take those moments out to just unwind and enjoy what we have.
I've started now doing some walks to the beach and walks back home. The beach is central to all of this because I find greater release at the beach. I don't know swimming, I ain't getting that water. But at the same time, it helps to relax the mind. You think differently, you see differently, you begin to process differently.
There's something about the beach that does that.
But walking is so important. We stand on two legs. And if we don't use those two legs and keep those two legs as active as we should, then we will lose that mobility.
But if you don't use it, you lose it. Remember that term?
Of course.
Exactly.
Of course. I shall not forget it. And so you got to use it in order not to lose it.
Exactly.
So the more walking and dancing and movement we engage in everything that we do, the better the body responds when it's challenged by other things as well.
Because movement is life. Like you said, walking, dancing, you know, if you can, jog, run, skip, play, walk your dog, you know, play with the kids on the field or go on the beach and run around. You know, any form of movement, your body loves that. That's life for your body because our joints, our bones, our muscles, all of our tissues respond positively to movement. So if we don't, you think about a vehicle that you just left there for a long time, what happens? It gets old and rusted and seized up and that kind of thing. Exactly. And we have to look at it in that context with our bodies.
You're right. I know oftentimes we grow older and we say to ourselves, but I ain't able. Every little bit matters. That's the whole point. So tell yourself today, I will try just a bit, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Tomorrow I'll go 6 minutes. Next day 7 minutes. And you find that the longer you go over time, if you're consistent in all of this, you'll find yourself doing a marathon before you even know it. And that's the whole point. Bit by bit, moment by moment, and you will get there. But the mobility, brings you great, great, great benefits indeed. Just strength training brings you a lot of benefits as well. I need to tighten my muscles a bit, like so many of us indeed, and so we want to pay greater attention to what Kenny is advising today. If yoga is the direction in which you'd like to go to relax your mind and to rebalance the mind and body, consider it today. There are many yogis all over Barbados who are offering sessions. Get involved and get active. So you see, no one regime fits all. It is what you think you need to do. But there's some basics that you have to do, which is to keep moving. Keep moving. Get up and move. Get up and move. Thank you, Kenny, as always.
Oh, my pleasure.
As always. Morning Barbados breaks here. We're coming back with the news and more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley is pushing back against critics of the proposed anti-defection law, making it clear the legislation will not silence criticism by members of Parliament. Speaking as she opened debate on the Constitution Amendment Bill 2026, Ms. Motley said the measure is about political stability, not shutting down free speech. Here's a report now from Anesta Henry.
Prime Minister Motley says the law does not prevent MPs from speaking out on national issues. Instead, she says, it ensures voters, not politicians, decide who represents them if party loyalties change.
We ought not to frighten people by simply trying to put guardrails in place that strengthen our democratic system and provide for greater transparency and predictability, but above all else, simply seeks to put the voter at the center by protecting the choice of the voter made in an election. This is not a case of restraint of trade, as can happen in employment contracts. This is not a case of suppression of views or dissent.
Prime Minister Motley emphasizes that strong institutions protect democracy.
And that is why I speak about the need for strong political institutions. And in fact, on the night on which the electoral results came back on the early morning, really, of February 12th, I spoke to this issue, and I continue to do so. And there are things that I think that we can have a sensible conversation to put in place to strengthen the other political institutions, but leaving the process as easy as being able to walk out the house and cross the floor with no consequences clearly has not worked for us And rather than strengthen our political institutions, it has undermined our political institutions.
The bill targets what's known as crossing the floor. In simple terms, if an MP elected under one political party resigns, is expelled, or switches allegiance, they would have to return to the people and win back their seat in a by-election. Prime Minister Motley explains the process.
The notice to the Speaker comes from the leader of parliamentary business in the House of Assembly, whether that is leader of government business or, where applicable, leader of opposition business, and where has happened in the past before with multiple oppositions, leader of opposition business of either party is spoken to in this amendment. In practical terms, this means that whether it is the leader of the government business or the leader of opposition business, they are the ones who will provide the notice to which this section and amendment refers. This notice does not remove anyone. That is a constitutional process that is initiated by this notice simply.
PM Motley says the Speaker will then make a declaration at the next sitting of the House. If it is resignation or expulsion, there is a defined period of 14 days to put up a challenge in a court of law before any vacancy takes place. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
The full Republic of Barbados Constitution is expected to appear before Parliament within the next 2 months. Prime Minister Motley says it is expected that Attorney General Wilfred Abrams will take the country through that document in different parts. She made the announcement while opening the Constitution Amendment Bill 2026 in the House of Assembly.
It is our intention to be able to try as best as possible to have that Constitution in place before the 60th anniversary of independence and the 5th anniversary of our Republic. And we have had a lengthy process of constitutional consultation. I indicated in the last Parliament, sir, that the reason why it was not here is that we felt strongly as a political party, and once again this comes back to our philosophy, that you cannot have a constitution in the third decade of the 21st century that does not speak to the responsibilities of citizens to the nation that they belong to.
Regional leaders are gathered in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis as critical discussions shape the future of the Caribbean community. This as the 50th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM gets underway. That meeting brings together prime ministers and presidents from across the region for high-level talks on security, climate resilience and economic stability. We have a report from Deanza Roberts.
Against a backdrop of turquoise waters and rolling green hills, St. Kitts has transformed into a hub of regional diplomacy. The meeting being held in Basseterre has drawn leaders from across CARICOM. Security has been heightened around the conference venue, where delegations will be engaged in closed-door sessions over the next 2 days. Addressing the official opening this afternoon, CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett focused on some of the region's most pressing challenges.
2025 was one of the most challenging years in the history of our regional integration movement. Extreme weather events, geopolitical tensions, challenges to multilateralism and the rules-based system, and economic pressures tested our region and threatened hard-won development gains. We will not ever forget Hurricane Melissa, the destructive Category 5 system, which hit Haiti, the Bahamas, Bermuda, and other countries in the region, and left death and catastrophic destruction in its wake in Jamaica.
She also used the opportunity to congratulate re-elected and newly elected prime ministers in the region.
Her Excellency, Dr. Jennifer Gerling-Siemens, was inaugurated as the first female president of the Republic of Suriname following general elections in May 2025. His Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, was re-elected as President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness was re-elected as Prime Minister of Jamaica. Dr. the Honorable Godwin Friday was elected as the new Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Honorable Philip Pierre was re-elected as Prime Minister of St. Lucia. And Honorable Mia Amor Motley has returned as the Prime Minister of the Republic of Barbados.
This meeting comes at a time of global uncertainty, from geopolitical tensions to supply chain disruptions, placing renewed emphasis on Caribbean unity and collective action. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Now to sports. Hinesbury and Bailey's Primary ruled the track when the Obadele Thompson Zone of NAPSAT 2026 was held at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. 329 points proved enough for Hinesbury to take the girls' title, while among the boys, Bailey's were crowned champions after securing 336.5 points. Anmar Goodrich-Boyce now reports.
The horns were out, adding to the noisy atmosphere at the Usain Bolt Sports Complex for the Obadele Thompson Zone of NAPSAT 2026. Just in time for the highly anticipated 100-meter sprints. Let's start with the big girls under 13 division. From the gun, the race was on for second because on the inside, Sadie Coppin of Bailey's put on a clinic. The victory was sensational. The time 13.93 seconds. Janicia Lowe of Hinesbury was second, with Dean Elan of Warren's third. Fastest section of the under 13 boys, who's got the speed to burn? Well, the question was answered in 13.52 seconds for the young man from Bailey's. Bare feet with 10 toes down on the ground, Natari Waldron will pass go and collect the sweet victory. Taja Ned of Gordon Walters was the runner-up, and third went to Kaden Clark of St. Cyprian's. Under 11 girls now, section 1. This race was pretty even right up until about 80 meters, where Winter Baker of Warren's Primary ironically brought the heat with her feet to win in 15.82 seconds. Malaysia Hadley of Hinesbury was second, and third went to Gema Ward-Bourne of Golden Waters. The boys followed after, and the bare feet technique was definitely working for the Bailey's boys. Not the best of starts, but the recovery was brilliant from Caden Skeet. They could only see the back of him as he won in 14.07. Roma Roberts of Milton Lynch took the second spot, while Carbon Hudgens of Providence was third. Final division on our highlights, the under 9 girls, where Nacia Hackett of Hinesbury was the star of the show. She won in 16.36. Afia Blackman of Bailey's was second, and Carbaso Herwood of Eagles Academy third. This race was worth the wait. Final one, under 9 boys. Turn your attention to lane number 2, where a rocket took off, and trust me folks, you could build a house with a garage with the space between Austin Jones of Bailey's and the other competitors. The time 15.53. Annie Hines was second, and Cruz Drakes finished third. And Mark Goodrich-Boyce, CBC Sports.
Well, today it's the turn of those schools in the Frida Nichols zone to compete there at the Usain Bolt complex. We'll take a break here. Morning Barbados comes back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One. Your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Peter. What you just saw is a part of the quest to be Mr. Executive, and it's one of the most sought after and looked forward to activities in Barbados, Mr. Executive. Over the years, it has grown exponentially. And so I'm excited about what this year holds as well. Joining me this morning is the man who is the founder, the creator, the executive director, the everything for Mr. Executive. And you know him so well, Winston Cumberbatch. Winston, morning.
Morning, morning.
Good morning. Good you've brought along with you another excellent man, the business workshop facilitator. He's also the judge of the finals as well. Troy Holder. Troy, good morning as well.
Hi, good morning to you.
And ladies and gentlemen, returning to the screens of CBC one more time is Mr. Executive 2025 from the Ellerslie School in Tajiri Ford. Tajiri, good morning.
Hi, good morning, sir.
How was your rain?
Oh, my rain? Well, the rain was wonderful, sir. The rain actually felt this morning, and I was like, oh, I gotta get on my bed.
That rain, but in terms of being Mr. Executive for 2025.
Oh, okay, I got a little mixed up there. But
that's all right. We were having conversation on rain before, that's why.
Right. So the rain has, Mr. Executive has really uplifted me. You know, it taught me that I could do anything I put my mind to, and just be there for myself. You know, see myself in a different limelight, in a different mirror. So it's really been tremendous for me.
I'm going to come back to you in a minute. And so also joining us this morning is Jaden Jordan from the Alexandra School, and you're also a finalist in the 2026 Mr. Executive, right, Jaden?
Yes, please.
Welcome.
Thank
Adwa Adastra.
Adra Adastra.
There you go. See? Even I do it, Troy. Even I do it. Jerry, back at you, because when you won, you said something on the show. You talked about yourself and the transition that the show made in you. Remind us what that was. You remember?
Yes, sir. So, as I had said before, I wasn't always a polished young man. If you understand, I used to give trouble like any teenager coming up, but there's a point in your life where you have to look in the mirror and say that I would like change. You understand? You look up to other people and say that, well, they're in this situation, they may take a leaf out their book. You understand? And become that person. So it really starts from within the mindset. When you change your mindset, you change your life. You understand? So that's really where it started for me. I saw like Raphael Saul, you understand, the owner of Emerge. I took a leaf of his book and incorporated it into myself. So that's really where the change started.
That is such a powerful testimony. You cannot begin to imagine how powerful that test. I remember we sat here, Mr. Cumberbatch, we almost burst into tears to hear you be so honest and so blunt about self and what the program has done for you. When you went back to school, what was the reception like?
The reception was tremendous. Everyone was giving me support, congratulating me, telling me that how proud they are of me, that I came a long way, and there are better things to come. And I must thank God. You understand? I recently found faith in God. You understand? And He's really been guiding me lately, if you understand. But school-wide, it was really tremendous support from teachers, staff, the principal, deputy principal, everyone. So I must congratulate the others of school.
You just again made my pores rise. Because, I mean, there's such
He didn't
change.
say that he's now a deputy head boy at Result as well.
Are
Yes,
you?
sir. Yes, sir. I'm now the deputy head boy.
Wow, what a transformation in you. That again, that's a story that needs to be documented, Mr. Cumberbatch.
Definitely.
That has to be told about the benefit from what this Mr. Executive Challenge has brought to the spirit of our young men in our community. And I'm sure when you reflect for just a little while on the journey, you didn't see this. You didn't expect to hear these kinds of stories.
The truth is, it was a dream, right? No matter if I had a dream. Because as a teacher of an all-boys school for so many years, I would have seen the changes and the kind of behaviors that unfortunately were negative. But when I started at St. Leonard's Boys School, at the beginning it was just largely senior boys, fifth form, sixth forms, etc. But I saw the change that took place and said, but there's some at-risk students that can benefit from this. And so in 2024, when I introduced fourth years, generally some who were at risk were involved. It's only when Jerry won last year and spoke about his experience that I said, yes, this is exactly what a program like this can do for our Barbados. And the time is right for it, because you got to understand what is happening in our society. And by the way, Jerry would have shared his experience, but you may not hear the countless others who have testified openly of the changes that they experienced through a program like this. So it is working.
It is working indeed, but it requires so much. You have to give such thought to it.
Yeah.
In terms of preparing for the next year and the next year and the next year, what kinds of activities do you do? No, not in terms of activities with the boys. How do you get to a point and a place where you said, this is what I'm going to do this year?
Well, every year we try to improve it in some way. That's one thing. And the cycle kind of like turns over pretty quickly. But the important thing is being able to convince the schools, the administrators, the teachers, etc., that this is what our schools need. So from early in October, I start sharing communication with the various principals. I share examples as well, and I try to get other stakeholders involved, parents, old scholars, to try to sell the program, because you see, we have allowed this year, for the first time, 6 students. It would have been 5 students to enter. We want to expose it to more students, so we increased it to 6. And having done that, we would have had 14 schools now this year. Last year, we had 11. So we are growing. So a lot of planning goes into trying to get that type of foundation. And once we get that, of course, the Barbados Entrepreneurship Foundation is a key player in this as it relates to the business development phase and the training that goes on. We go through that program, and it really serves its purpose in educating young men about business. And I find that once many students come in, of course, a little anxious and not sure what they're going to expect, what to expect. But once they land in the workshop sessions, then we begin to see the mushrooming. And Troy is a good example. He would tell you about the transformations that he sees.
Yeah. You know, there's some good mushrooms and some dangerous mushrooms. But yours is a good mushroom, Troy.
Yes.
In terms of business facilitation and getting into the mindsets of these young men, how serious life truly is. Because I'm sure you talk more about life and how business relates to life. You're smiling because I hit the nail on the head, right?
Very much so.
So let's talk about what you do in the workshops.
Very much so. Well, I'm fortunate that in terms of facilitation of the workshops, oftentimes I'm the first person that they meet. So I get to set the stage. And these young men will tell you, I'm very real with them. I've seen the difference in terms of having strong males in your life. So while I'm facilitating the area of marketing, it is infused with personal branding and self-development. I let these young men know very early what they're seeing here is someone who've come from a place who didn't have the necessary support, who didn't have a father, who, because some individual said, I'm going to invest in this young man, has allowed me to be where I am today. You know, they often figure, and they often are shocked because the assumptions change very quickly. So having an opportunity to do so, I've actually seen boys become men in this program. I've actually had a parent who said to me, I don't know what you said to my son yesterday, but he came home and he said, Mommy, the boy that you saw yesterday no longer exists. And it's these kind of things that tears me up because I know the difference it can make. And even now, as I'm remembering, I'm getting a bit emotional because I know the difference it can make in these young men's lives. And their transformation is going to make Barbados a safer place. It's going to make Barbados a more progressive place. There are young men in this program who will go on to be leaders in this country, leaders in this region, and leaders across this world. I know it.
You know, the story you just told, I didn't know. And you know, I've known you for so long.
Very much so.
I'm so glad you're honest enough and comfortable enough to share that story, because it's an experience that so many of our young boys are experiencing today. And I'm sorry to use it in that kind of way, but because there are men in households, but they're not present in households. And boys are yearning for someone to say, you matter to me. I recognize who you are. And now let me help you grow into who you want to be. And so that's why I said when I started, yours is more than just about business. It's about life.
Very much so.
And so what else have you been teaching them now? Now that you got their attention, and they say, boy, I'm like, sir, what else are you teaching them in terms of managing business and marketing and the benefits therefrom?
So we obviously talk about the fundamentals of marketing. We talk about preparing for the market day, because one of the partners, the BEF, supports that element of it. And they actually not only are they thinking about business in a theoretical way, but they actually get the practical experience. So I definitely have the joy of preparing these young men to actually sell. And they will tell you every year, I say to them, create and produce more than you think you would sell. And I say to them, every one of you here have the ability to be able to buy the gift that they want to buy for themselves and that young lady that you're eyeing at Christmas. If you take the knowledge I share with you and the knowledge that other facilitators share, and you trade in such a way that you can actually make money. And these young men will tell you, every one of them have actually made money.
That's right.
Wow.
So it's not just about the personal development. It's understanding the fundamentals of business, understanding relationship building, understanding trading. It's a phenomenal experience that sets these men up. And no, I'm calling them men because I'm speaking futuristically for success.
Yes, and you're quite right. What a foundation, Jaden. Do you remember any of what Mr. Holder just said happening in the workshop?
Yes, everything he spoke about here is everything he will speak about in the workshop. He's not coming here just talking. He's talking about, I say, everything. He really starts about life, because that is actually how he got our attention. And his energy in the workshop is more like no other. So when Mr. Holder comes in, it is all up. We don't be sitting down. Everybody, if someone's sleeping next to me, all of a sudden that person is up. So from the time he started talking about life, he then transitioned into the marketing, and the marketing adds on to life. So as he said, you're making money, enjoying it, and also learning about life.
That's a wonderful testimonial right there, Troy. Wonderful testimonial. Why did you choose to enter the Mr. Executive Challenge?
I chose this competition because, as I would tell other persons, I know a friend of mine that was in the final 2 years back. And from then, he really encouraged me to join this competition. But I actually did my research on the competition, for the Instagram page, etc., and I saw what it does, and I told myself, this is something I want to do, and I want to be here right now in the finals. So that is a part of why I joined, and also to improve my confidence, because I was a confident person, but my confidence has gone through the roof right now. Yes.
Wow, you hear the responses? Yes, that has gone through. What steps did you have to take to be a part of it? Having decided you like what you saw, I think I want to be a part of this, what did you do next?
It started at school, when my teacher went to full assembly and asked who would want to be a part. Obviously, we had a lot of boys that want to be a part of the competition. I was actually nervous, not thinking that I would have been chosen. We had to do interviews at school. It was 20 of us. So, only 6 could have got selected. So the day that he came and told me that I am one of the boys that are going to represent the school in Mr. Executive competition, I was ready.
You're ready?
Yeah. So we had the opening ceremony, and from the time I heard the jury spoke, I was like, yes.
He caught you up first word.
And I always remember something that he said. He said that when he joined the competition, he was in the very seats that we were sitting in. And Mr. Combach asked who will be Mr. Executive. And everyone obviously raised their hand. But he said that because he is the jury forward, that he will win it. And I was like, yes, that is me. That is me. So in that process and hearing him talk, and obviously hearing Mr. Combach speak about the competition, it really boosted me to do more. And
Tajiri was always very confident, very, very confident. The bad boy that became now the Christian, which is really, really good, the man of faith. And so, having decided and got through to the final 6 from your school, up until that point, had you discussed this with your parents?
Yes. I discussed it with her when I told her that I'm going to join.
This is Mommy?
Yes, Mommy.
And she said? Mommy
was like, Jaden, you always doing something. She was like, what are you doing now? But she was like, if it's something you want to do, go forward and do it. And from then, she supported me. My dad also, he really supported me through it all.
And that's important to you?
Yes.
To have the support of your parents and your loved ones. And that's what we're talking about here. If you're watching, you're wondering, what are the components to this challenge? We'll show you right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time.
333 points to Jerry Ford from Ellerslie School.
First of all, to Jerry, you look sharp. You look sharp. You look the place and the point. And so, a little bit about that moment, because I just saw you reflect. You went like, yeah, that was the moment. But hearing it again and again, sometimes, does it still sound like music in your ears?
It actually does, because it marked a tremendous spot in my life. You know, it taught me that I was a winner from birth. All of us are winners from birth and kings from birth, as Mr. Combach and other facilitators say. So it marked a tremendous point in my life where I know that this is what I can do. This was proof that I can do it, and any other young man can do it as well. So, as he said, seeing me speak really touched me within, you understand? So to know that such a young man like me, you understand, I made history becoming the youngest ever. So seeing as older folks, well, not older folks, but older boys taking inspiration from me has really brought an emotional standpoint from me. So it really shows that anyone can do it, you understand? So having others taking leaves out my butt, that's like how I took leaves out of others' books, really touched me.
You are now the reigning
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Executive, and there is a contestant coming from the Ellerslie School this year. Don't say nothing more than that. And so, what kind of mentorship are you giving to this young man?
Okay, the mentorship I'm giving, well, I'm giving a few more tips to him than the rest, but merely hard work, consistency, and research. You understand? I'm telling you now, you need practice every day. You need the speech down, everything down. You understand? I need to practice every day in front of the mirror. The mirror on the wall. I was washing my school uniform last night, and I was talking, you know, I usually just talk to myself. My cousin came and said, shh, to Jerry, you really talking to the wall? I was like, yeah, because that's where it started, you understand? I used to see the wall as people, you understand? So the mirror and the wall, even in the shower, you need to speak to yourself. You need to speak as if there are millions of people in front of you. So it really starts, if you can't speak in front of the wall, you can't speak in front an audience, you understand? So it must happen from yourself, and it gradually builds. So the wall, classmates, then the big stage, you understand? The big stage is not always as prestigious as people put it forward to be. Well, not prestigious, but as easy. Yeah, as easy, but they came naturally.
You have yourself there, one of your ambassadors for life.
That's
to Jerry Ford.
That's right.
Congratulations from Eugenia, she says to all the boys, well-groomed, well-spoken, and wish you much success. Thanks, Eugenia, for your comment.
Thank you very much.
And to get to being a winner like to Jerry, there are a number of things that the young men go through on the finals night, which I think is so exciting and so interesting, because you see so many different aspects of their personality come through. Let's talk a little bit about the components of the finals.
All right, so there are 6 elements to the entire program. 2 of them happen before the night, right? Which is the day at the office. They go to a workplace and work for a day and are assessed. And then there's the community leadership project. I thought that was very important, because a lot of people don't see the value of giving back and getting out there involved in the community. So they have to decide on the project, lead a team of students in its execution, plan and execution on a particular day. On the night of the show then, we have is a business challenge, of course. So we have a job interview where they visualize themselves applying for a particular job, and they have to sit there in front of all of those people,
the wall,
and go through a job interview, which we know is very difficult for even some people, adults, in a small office with a few people. And so they go through that process. There's also what you call the CEO business pitch. Now, it's a public speaking program as well as a management aspect to it. Come up with an idea that they want to sell to their staff, who would have been the audience, and using the PowerPoint and all the other techniques, really catch them. And we have also the business attire display, dressed in their suits and whatnot. And of course,
the date.
The big one is the date. Now, it's a gentleman's challenge as well. It's called the Business and Gentleman's Challenge. And I'm big on this, right? I believe that young men should know how to treat ladies. And chivalry is not dead, in case people thought so. And so these guys identify a lady, young lady, It's not always a young lady though, because sometimes they can invite their parent, their mother to a date.
I saw once where the mother was taking.
But they must show how to handle table etiquette, dining conversation, and put a little edge on it as well. And that brings down the house for sure.
Jaden, are you scared? I'm watching your face here as you listen.
No, of course not.
You think you're ready for all of this?
I'm more than ready for all of it. It's been a journey, so already leading a group of boys, I can say that I can confidently do all this and win the competition.
So who are you taking on your date?
My best friend.
Not your mother? You laugh, I like that. And so, Jerry talked about speaking to the wall, talking in the shower, getting accustomed and very familiar with crowds and speaking to large audiences. What have you been doing to get yourself ready and confident enough to speak to crowds?
I actually been doing the same thing.
Wall?
Yeah, Wall.
You heard that from him?
No, I actually, before the competition, I'll be doing probably like just public speaking, probably once or twice in terms of cricket. So the wall, my dresser, my bed, anything, as the jury would say, was the audience. So even before the competition, not before the competition, in the semi-final stage, where we had the interview to see who goes to the finals, I just been talking to myself in the mirror and in the bath, just to get myself in that mindset and ready for the questions to be asked.
Wow. Nice. You know, Troy, I'm not sure if you were there for that winning one. The first time that Ellerslie won, he was spellbinding. This young man spoke from the top. He memorized his speech so well, and somehow he was able to synchronize it and pace it with the PowerPoint was showing behind him. And all I kept wondering, I kept looking back and wondering, is there some view that he's watching? But he had no mirror, anything in front of him that showed him what the PowerPoint. But he was so confident, Troy. And that's what I think a lot of the workshops and the training sessions and the sessions that the speeches you've had. What is Sharon Gill Springs? She's saying a proud Ellerslie Old Scholar she is, and she's very proud. Well spoken young man, she says of you, Tajiri.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Here, so Troy, in terms of confidence, because what do you say to there's 6? How many schools are in the finals?
5.
5 schools are in the finals.
Yeah.
What do you say to these men to help them sit up, be men, and be winners?
It's all about recognizing the value that they have. I mean, to hear Jerry saying, "Oh, that we are born kings," is that mindset says a lot, because I often say to individuals, we behave according to what we believe. If you believe you're a winner, you're going to act as a winner. You're going to behave as a winner. And the thing about it is that how you think, it becomes so much easier to be manifested. So when I speak to these young men, I'm speaking to these young men from a place of, listen, you can do this. Regardless of what was said to you or about you, it doesn't define who you are unless you're saying it about yourself. So when you tell yourself, I'm going to win this. I mean, when I say these young men, each of you are winners. And one of you will win it. Who wants it most? The person who wants it most is the person who's going to win. And I remember meeting him, and he said to me, I'm going to win this. And I said, I believe you. Remember that conversation?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Solidarity House.
And I was like, how much are you prepared to put in? Right. So I always encourage these young men, and I've seen, and I can't say enough, when we support these young men, we are supporting our future. I often say, I plan to live long and I plan to be old in this country. I'm not going to leave Barbados easily. So therefore, I need to do my part to ensure that the environment and the community that I am in is a wholesome one. Yes. So I am planting seeds now that I can reap sweets in another 20 years.
Seeds to sweets, you get it? Yeah. I like it. In another 20 years.
Yes, another 20 years.
You're confident of that. All right. Faye Best says, good morning. Congratulations to Jerry. He made wise use of his time. I wish all of the 2026 contestants the best of luck, as we do here at CBC as well. So we now know that Ellerslie is in the finals.
Let me call
the Alexandra School is in the final.
Yes.
Who else?
All right. There's Foundation. Let me call the names as well. All right. So Ellerslie is Elias Duncan. Foundation is Jaden Backer. St. Leonard's is Azari Detterville. Queen's College. First, by the way, this is the first year for Queen's College and Foundation. Queen's College, Kimani Maynard. And of course, Alexandra Jaden Jordan. Of course, we could have had all of them here today. So we just ask a representative to come. But Pearson, there's something that is very key to me and important. You can have the best dish in the world ever made. And unless somebody eats it, it is valueless.
True. Could you please call me back up? I don't want to miss this one. Janice is saying to us today, what a great program and project for boys. To have them go from boys to men, and she says, good luck to my Bajan kings. Okay. So well done. And these are women now talking, and well done to you guys. Right.
So here's the point I'm making. Somebody said this is the best kept secret in Barbados. Now, of course, every year it is becoming more widely known, thanks to the media as well. But there are people who still need to know this. And the persons who attend the finals, they are totally satisfied. Now, I believe that Barbadians need to come to this program. Hearing this on Mornin Barbados is good. But being there and seeing what these guys are doing is totally transformational. And my interest is to expose to as many people as possible this. So here's a plan that we have. We have a school support prize program going on. The intention is for the school to utilize whatever challenge they can to get as many students as possible attending. So the school that has the most students attending wins $500.
Fantastic.
Added to that, one of those students who shows up, of course, the name is drawn from that list and they win a cell phone.
Nice.
But we don't finish there. The teacher who can get the most students from his or her class attending wins a breakfast or lunch at one of our sponsored hotels. Right? Now, as it relates to the community, if you are concerned about the state of our young men, and our hearts burn with the latest incident, of course, right? If you're teenagers, if you're concerned about the state of our young men in Barbados, and you're talking in your workplaces, at church, wherever you go about it, what better way to demonstrate that than getting on board and supporting an initiative for young men that is transforming lives and can change Barbados? When these young men see people show up at Lloyd Erskine Sanford Center to give their support, that does so much for them. So I'm appealing to Barbados. We need individuals. We need you to be out there. There's room at LESC. All right? We need individuals there. And in the month of March, tickets will be available at our box offices, CS Pharmacy, and source stations in Wildy and Warrens. From the students themselves, tickets will be available as well. And I don't know if I can call the price.
I'm not tying on your mouth.
All right, then. Let's do that. The tickets goes at $40 regular, but you need to get it early because at the door it is $50.
Right.
To all those students from all the schools who attend, it is $30. We chop off $10.
Yes.
All right. So the opportunity is there to get your tickets and demonstrate that you are supported. And lastly, I want to mention there's a People's Choice part of the program. We're doing it a little differently this year. Soon, persons will be seeing all the social media outlets information on each of the finalists. And we're inviting persons to go on and vote for your people's, along with clips from their day at the office and community project. And what we did with them at our photo shoot. If you see the flyer, I don't know if the poster can be shown, but if you see these guys sitting in a boardroom with the jackets and the suits, oh, I might tell you, man, that touch your heart. You understand? So we're going to show clips of that also. Go on, choose who you think, right? Will be the Mr. Z and come out and support.
And Angelica is saying, congrats to all you boys. Keep reaching for the stars. I'm following the program and its progress. So that's one who's going to turn up for sure.
I hope so.
So CS Pharmacy or Saul's Warrens or Wildy.
Warrens and Wildy.
And Wildy. So you go to either one of those locations and get your $40 ticket. No.
Or go to the school as well.
If you pay a bit more at the door, go to the schools or ask any one of the contestants that you see anytime, and they'll give you one for $30, children. And so we want you to really show up and show out for these young men. These are kings in the making. LSD wants to make it. Look at the boardroom. Look at the picture with the boardroom right there. Thanks to all who've thrown their support behind this. This happens in April on the 12th at 6 o'clock at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center. And we want you to show up in big numbers for these executives. These are young executive men who are looking forward to a long journey. And so Troy wants to be 20 years later still basking the sweets that will come from their efforts indeed. And as a community, we want to see the change in our young men that we are all desiring. And so there are 5 finalists from 5 schools. 2 schools have entered for the first time, and they got 2 in there, Foundation and QC. But LSE will be there, so too will be the Alexandra School
and St. Leonard's Boys
as well. So you need to show up, everybody. Come, large school groups, come in your uniforms. How would you identify?
No, they wouldn't need to come in uniform, but okay, here's what's happening. Each of the finalists has a Google support form. So they share it with all of their students.
Says register here.
And they register here, right?
And
so then when they show up, we have the names listed.
And behind the scenes,
we take off.
you will do it from there.
Right.
I got you. I got you. Win for your school, win for yourself, win for your teacher. All of that is possible indeed. But you're supporting these winners already. They're quite exciting. And we can't wait to see what else the future holds for them as well. Again, Mr. Cumberbatch, thank you. Well done. Thou good and faithful servant. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Troy, what a phenomenal impact you've been having on these young men. Keep that up as well. I know you're passionate about this and you're invested in this, and we already begin to see the sweets that you've invested in. Well done, my brother.
Thank you.
To Jerry, what else can I say about you? What else can I say about you? I love your transformation.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I love, and the fact that you sat on television today and said you have found faith and you have a relationship with Master. That is brilliant. Keep that up. May you never depart from it.
Yes,
all right?
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Success isn't given to you, understand? You have to outwork how many people in the world? 8 billion people in the world. You're just one in a million. I mean, in a billion, you understand? So you must get up and outwork others. It isn't given to you. You have to work for it. As I said at the launch, God will steer, but you must row. So that's basically saying God will guide you, but you must put in the work to achieve the destination where you want to be.
Absolutely. You are so impressive. Well done. Jaden, impressed with you too.
Thank you.
Continue talking to the young men at your school and other young men in your community who are at school still to join this program. This program brings benefits beyond measure. And so I want to encourage you to continue doing well. I wish you well. As you know, you're from a school in the north, as I was from. Billy Scott says good morning to the LSE Old Scholars. She's one of them, and so she's very proud of the men. And so LSE is going for a hat trick. You need to show up and see whether or not they do get it on the 14th of April.
But I'll tell you something, the competition is hot.
Yeah,
so
it's
all the other schools are gunning for LSE, and they want to give all of them the best support, but one night, one day, one person eventually coming.
Well said. On that point, thanks everybody. We'll take a break. We'll come back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Boy, have we had a good day today. We are now left inspired by the brilliance of our young men. We are left this morning inspired enough to know the future looks good. We can reap the sweets, but we got to put in the work today. We have to start planting those seeds to get the sweets at the end of it. And if we do, by showing up every single time for our young people and our young men, we'll see the change in community that we are searching for. And so this morning, I say thanks to all of you for joining us. My little crew joins me wishing you today a great today. Be the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up.